When I was in high school, my mom asked me to order pizza for the family on Friday night. I looked up the phone number in the phone book and prompted handed the phone to my older brother to place a call. I was too shy to talk to a stranger. Fast forward to the college at the University of Illinois, my first time away from my mom's town. I spent the first several weeks crying in my dorm room, too homesick to partake. Holidays first been partying. The one with Freddie I did attend was so disappointed I wanted to trade my books, abandon my major, and head back home. The confident behaviors I needed to pursue this dream was not yet available, and I looked around at the confident students walking around me around the campus. As who I pursuing the dream that I had to set out to achieve, I wanted that kind of confidence too, but my behaviors did not align with the confident attitudes. Crying in my dorm room, shying away from social engagement, not showing up for class because I was worried others were smarter than me were not going to lead to me achieve my goals. So I knew that I needed to change. Research tells that in order to get people to change, you need to not start with the attitudes, but with the behaviors associated with those attitudes. Where people can see themselves behaving differently, they get them begin to act differently. So the questions for me were, who am I? Who do you want to become? And how does this person I want to become behave? The answers were that I wanted to settle a career, one that meant something allowed me to contribute. For me, that was defined as a career as a sports executive. In order to achieve this goal, I need to begin to act more confidently. I did, because 13 years later, I became the first female general manager of a triple baseball team in nearly 20 years. Thank you. I also went on to host the Leadership is Female podcast when I've interviewed over 19 female executives in sport, an industry that over 80% males at the age management level. By the time after time, these women have told me that number one skill they've improved in order to learn the sport at the top of sports industries is confidence. They, like me, did not possess this confidence necessary to increase their level in their career from the get go. They had to work on the behaviors associated with this attitude in order to propel the career forward. So I'm here today to share with you 6 behaviors you can start today to increase your confidence. Why is it important to increase your confidence? Well, think of this. How would you behave or what could you achieve if you were 10 times more confident? Number 1, count yourself in. I spoke with a woman about her first time doing the sideline reporting at nationally televised basketball game. She was shaking in her standing courtside, nerves overtaking her until she heard something familiar in her headset. We'll be on in 5, and 3, 2, 1. Your life. And she performed with excellence, nerves melting away. She's an athlete, a former basketball player used to performing in the court by the clock, and the tactic remained true. Counting will get you started, and momentum will keep you going. I've used this technique of more uncomfortable conversations that I care to recall, but one share with you today. I vividly remember standing on the warning track baseball field 45 minutes before the game to look at a posting manager and his team wear wrong color uniform. I wanted to turn and run back to my office and hide, but instead I faced them head on. And I said in my mind, 3, 2, 1, go. And I started walking towards him. And when I arrived, we had a very uncomfortable conversation about his team wearing wrong color uniform. Yes, as I asked the corpsman to change their clothes, it was so awkward. But when I asked myself, who am I? And how do I behave? The answer was that I'm a person who's not too shy to stand up for what I believe, what is right, and stand up to conflict. Captain got me started, momentum keep me going. Number 2. What if you only had to be brave for a total of 20 seconds? Give yourself 20 seconds of courage. This behavior helped me enormously when I published my podcast Leadership is Female. bold title and all for all the world to see, to hear, critique, and have their opinions. I vividly remember sitting on carpet on my closest floor, holding my computer, looking at the upload button, thinking to myself, doesn't need any more edits. Should I listen to it one more time? I told myself, Emily, give yourself 20 seconds of courage. And I had Polish and it was done. And guess what? I kept breathing and we kept turning and podcast grew into what it was meant to be. All because of 20 seconds of coach. Number 3, take a seat at the table. Not metaphorically speaking, actually take a seat at the table. I spoke with a woman to represent some of the biggest names in baseball, and she told me a story about taking a seat at the table. She noted women waiting around the edges of the room, waiting for seats to be filled. Was yes, she was doing it too. In order to become a more confident woman that she envisioned herself to be, she needed to go in, sit down, speak her mind, get the deal done. It started with one simple action: taking a seat at the table. Number 4. Cheer for others people's success. They said a woman who pulled off the ladder behind them. What if you didn't? What if you extended a hand back to lead her forward? What if you celebrated the success of college rather than feeling sorry for yourself that was not you accepting the accolades? Confident people celebrate the success of others rather than feeling threatened. Think of this great quote from Amy Poehler. Good for her, not for me. Turns that bitch in your stomach. Oh, she did, and I'm still here into yes. Good for her, not for me. This is her celebration, not mine. And when my time comes, it's gonna be great to have the support of so many people around me. Wins are so much better celebrated together. Joining. G someone else on. His number 4 in action. Recently, a woman was promoted to chief marketing officer of major sports league. The offers to interview and ultimately let the job came after a public celebration in the city congratulating outright to newly named female league president. Confident people support those around them. Cheers for someone else's success. Number 5. Bolster your confidence for a new activity through your already great performance in other. What are you really good at? What is easier today than it was 1 year ago? What is your most proud accomplishment? Answers those questions. Think about those answers. Those answers is where your confidence is born. Confidence is born in all we've already done and already achieved. Recently, a woman I interviewed on the leadership as female podcast were going after a big promotion at a top team. Before she went in to pitch her polls, he reviewed her current job description, made notes about accolades in all areas mentioned, and then was prepared with the examples and the confidence of the success he had in the past. She got promotion. Use your prior success to propel yourself forward. And number 6, celebrate constantly. How often do we reach our goals and then just immediately move on? When we do this, the recollection of success is diminished. How can we confidently move forward if we can't remember what we achieved or worse, yet fling that accomplishment to shreds? Find ways to celebrate what are meaningful to you, like create and highlight reel in yourself one of your most proud accomplishments. Take your team out for celebrating drinks when you close the big deal. Buy some message or the pizza when you reach your personal goals. It doesn't matter how you celebrate it matters that you do. This will create a marker in your brain that require reinforce the behaviors that led to success in the first place. I've come a long way from the girl who couldn't order pizza. So the woman who became a GM of Major League Baseball team started poking and delivered toxic talk. All because I made the decision to become a more confident person. I hope you do too. Because how many runs could you score if you were 10 times more confident? Thank you.